Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of ANOKHI Uncensored, airing for free on the world's #1 South Asian radio station, Ruckus Avenue Radio, on the iHeartRadio app. Just download the free app and search Ruckus Avenue Radio to make sure you don't miss a single episode, airing every Tuesday at 7 p.m. PST and 10 p.m. EST. You can also watch the episodes and see these fabulous ladies on the ANOKHI Media Facebook page and the Girn YouTube channel. So hop on over to join both of them if you haven't already done so. You want to make sure that you can continue to get the insider scoop on insightful conversations with celebrities, change makers, innovators, experts, and people with big stories who pull back the curtain and share things you cannot Google about. I'm your host, as usual, Girn, and I'm coming to you today to deep dive the world of beauty med spas, no less, which is projected, for those of you who don't know, to reach almost $34 billion by the end of this year. That's 2024, growing at a compound annual growth rate of 13.8%, according to Grand View Research. An interesting stat from Medical Depot tells us that the majority of med spa clients are younger adults, with women 55 and over comprising only 21% of the total clientele. This indicates a strong preference for med spa treatments to be among younger demographics to enhance their looks and their confidence. So in full transparency, guys, as a med spa owner myself, having partnered with two longtime friends of mine to open the GLAM Temple MEDSPA in the Greater Toronto area last November, I found out recently, when I was doing a deep dive into med spa marketing strategies, that there are many misconceptions associated with the industry, just like this stat about which age group frequents med spas the most. So I thought that it would be a great idea and about time that we had this important conversation on this show. Let's put things straight. To help me do that, I've invited on the show one of the co-owners of the GLAM Temple MedSpa, my girl, ADA MLOSTEK, and our master nurse injector, who we love, MELANIE BARNARD, to address this massively growing industry and break down everything you need to know so that you can ensure that you're making the right decisions for yourselves and you don't get pulled down the rabbit hole of sensationalism that pop culture and social media fake news are feeding us every single moment we log on. Welcome to the show, Ada and Melanie. I'm so super excited to have you both on. And let's just dive this conversation. We talk about this behind the scenes all the time. Let's share transparently what this industry is about and what everybody needs to know. Welcome, Ada. Welcome, Melanie.
Hi, hello.
Hi, thank you for having us.
I'm so happy to have you guys. Well, I want to kind of start by prefacing a little bit about you guys, everyone that is watching, listening, and reading this. Let's talk a little bit about, how you guys came into the med spa space. Ada, if you can start by sharing, because you are a preeminent media and branding entrepreneur, and I know that you know a good thing when you see it. Tell us a little bit about how you got into this.
100%. As you know, my background is, I always was in media. I did host and co-host many TV shows. I also produce many TV shows. But I always love beauty industry for many, many reasons. I think this business is like just beautiful business for few reasons. Number one, we make people feel good. How beautiful is that? And we make people look good. And I also obviously invest in this business because I got so many benefits. I'm aging, Raj. Okay, I'm aging. I want to help myself as well. And as you mentioned in the beginning, let's be very honest, it's a very good business to be in. And that's why I decided that I want to be one of the investors. So that's my story.
Absolutely. And Mel, let's share a little bit from your perspective, because you come from the medical side as a nurse. Share why you decided you wanted to go into this industry rather than the traditional nurse route.
Yes, I started in the traditional nursing, but I found that patients were a number and you couldn't quite care for them in the way that I wanted to. I also always had an artistic side to me. I loved art. I loved creating things. So injecting was like both of them put together where I can care for patients, follow patients, give them what they want, and also like outshine my artistic ability as well.
Guys, you heard it right here. Now you know why I decided to partner up with these incredible women. You guys know that I'm always purposeful. I'm intentional with everything that I do. And if I'm going to go into a space, and in full transparency, again, you're going to hear a lot of these transparent statements from me, not knowing, a whole hell of a lot about the med spa industry myself, but understanding as an entrepreneur that this is a great opportunity for me to get involved in, because at the end of the day, you heard the stats at the beginning. 34 billion US dollars is how big this industry is going to be at the end of this year, which is literally 4 months from now. So I'm always the kind of person where I feel that it's really important that if you're going to do something that you don't know a whole hell of a lot about, other than the research piece, which I'm always on, I'm always bugging Ada about this that I find out, on that I find out, and she's always setting me straight, because there is a lot of information out there, but not all of it is true. So I love the fact that I've partnered up with two incredible women, both come from this from a very different perspective, and together, along with our other founding partner, Harjinder Girn, who is, by the way, a dentist. So he has this whole other medical side that he comes from. I really feel that, what we bring to the table at the GLAM Temple MedSpa truly, is what people should be looking at when they are going in to their med spas. And this was a question that I was going to be asking a little later, but I kind of feel like I need to ask it now. Ladies, I want to ask you this. What are the things that people should look at when they are looking into what med spa that they should be, participating in? Because they're not all the same. There's a huge range between, I guess, authenticity around their value system. I'm going to kind of leave it there and push it over to you guys. What should people be looking at? Because for someone like me that didn't know much about them, one med spa is the same as the other med spa. So let's correct that, because I know lots of people are like me.
Before I will let Mel to answer that question, I want to add a few of my observation. I think what's important, you really have to do your research. What people have to understand, there is stuff injected into your face. So when I hear that someone can do for 15% less than, let's say, what we're offering, it scares me, because I know that at that point, you're not being profitable. So what are you trying to do? You just probably get the nurse who is not experienced. I'm just going to be transparent, right?
Yes.
If that's okay. You're probably getting someone who's not experienced. You're getting someone who's going to probably learn on your face. And I would never do that. I have no problem paying 15% less when I go to buy a piece of clothes or shoes, because this is summer is ending and they have to sell their inventory. But you never do this with your face. It's same when you research and you want to do any cosmetic procedure, you go and you are looking for plastic surgeon. Are you going to anyone, or you just really do your solid research? So I'm going to leave it to Mel, because she probably can add way more to that topic than I can.
Well, I love what you just said before Mel answers, Ada. At the end of the day, you're not going to buy a coat that you can return, right? When someone puts something into your body, there's so many ramifications, so many things that potentially could go wrong, that you want to make sure that if someone is, pricing things lower than the rest of the market, that there's got to be something up there. There has to be something that they're cutting somewhere.
The reason why me and you ended up and we are with Mel, because number one, she's really experienced, and number two, she's an artist. When she look at your face, she know what to do with your face. My face and your face is different, so she has to have knowledge knowing what you exactly need. And number two, looking at your face, she has to inject you to the point that it complements your face. So this is very important. A lot of experience, and also you have to be an artist. Okay, Mel. The rest
And that's our
you.
Mel.
I totally agree with you, Ada, because firsthand I've experienced working for clinics where they have injectors who are not educated. They haven't had a nursing degree. They're not a doctorate. They straight out of high school and they bring them in because it is cheaper. They can pay them an hourly wage or whatever it is that can be lower than the standard. On top of that, I've seen companies that they'll get product in that's not Health Canada approved, that's from the black market, and they will repackage it to look like the product that customers are familiar with, so questions are not arised. And like, it's just totally disgusting and sad what is out there, because a lot of clients are going to people's homes, they're going to these clinics expecting to be safe and getting a procedure done. And unfortunately, there has been deaths in our area of clients that got the wrong treatment because the product was not legal and the nurse was not educated. And it's not good for our industry at all.
Absolutely. And I think that comes to, you know, regulation, that we don't really have the kind of regulations, I guess, a lot of other medical industries have. Let me ask you this question. You know, it's a question that I feel a lot of people need to really understand, because there's spas and there's med spas. What is a med spa? Like, what is the difference?
This is the sweet spot between your typical spa when you go for facial or any other treatments, and plastic surgeon clinics when it's very invasive, you go under knife, and when you want a facelift or mini facelift. Med spa offers you injections which are not as invasive. There's a few pokes, and you can literally, you can shave like 10 years of your life. And I'm talking from my own experience. I'm not in my 20s, 30s, 40s. I'm going to stop right there. But literally, I look way younger than I would probably look if I wouldn't do few injections. And so med spa, it's for, I don't know, my age, when I'm not ready to do any mini left. I might never be ready to do anything, and I hope I don't have to, especially that this industry is introducing new products all the time, new technology all the time. So we might be kind of lucky, always using few injections to feel better, look better, and shave few years of, you know, of our life, our face.
I want to ask you this, guys, because, you know, I feel a lot of people, you know, are confused about this. Like, when do you opt to go to a med spa versus a cosmetic surgeon's clinic, right? Is the fundamental difference the understanding that I have, which is, if you're going to go under the knife and do something permanent, you would go to a cosmetic surgeon's clinic. But if you want something that is non-invasive, injectables, you know, things like that, which aren't permanent, you would go to a med spa. Is that fundamentally the difference, or am I missing something here?
I would say that, having worked for a plastic surgeon for many years, multiple people come into his clinic for the injections because they think, A, plastic surgeon, he's going to do better than anybody else on the market doing injectables, and they feel safe with his knowledge. But realistically, a surgeon does surgery. He's all day in the surgery room. That I was covering all the injectables, I was covering his post-ops, I was running around doing it all. And so a lot of clients would come in requesting him and being upset when they got me. But then after getting me, realize that they do want me because I do it every day. It's all I do. It's what I'm specialized in. You want someone to inject you that does it all the time, is obsessed with doing it, and specializes in, because that's when you're going to get the best results and you're going to get the utmost safety with your procedure.
Oh my God, what a great answer. There you have it, guys. Now you know. Like, do you want someone that does it every now and again, or because they have a more years of background in the academic space, or do you want someone that does it all the time? That's the big thing here. Hello, darling. Sorry about that, guys. That's one of my fur babies. So that's the big question you want to ask yourself, right, guys? And I know which side of the hemisphere I want to be on. I want someone that does it all day, every day, and is qualified and educated to do so. So that brings me to another question that I want to ask you, ladies. How would you know whether your solution is invasive requirement, like cosmetic surgery, versus non-invasive, like a med spa type of treatment, like, Botox, derma fillers, etc.? I feel that this is an important question to ask because a lot of people really don't know, which is the better option. Can we maybe touch base a little bit on those parameters?
I would say that consultation is key. It's really important to sit down with your injector and be honest about what you're trying to achieve, and have an honest injector that can be realistic with you and say, I can or I can't do that. In my experience working in our med spa and also working with a plastic surgeon, clients come in not having done anything, and it's at a later point in life. They're in their late 50s, early 60s, and now the skin has just got really lax, which is okay. We can definitely do some restorative treatments, but if your expectations are to be tucked and tight, you need a facelift.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to the consultation of knowing where they want to be, where they're at right now, and then you being honest with them with where you can get them, so you're not wasting anyone's time and money.
Right.
I love that answer. Do you have anything to add to that, Ada?
I think that Mel actually said it all, and I've seen a few consultations when she was consulting clients, and again, she was very realistic about what she can do and how much that she can actually help them. So yeah, and I want to also mention one more thing. I love injectables for one main reason. If I will go and have to do mini, I'm not even talking about facelift, but mini facelift, sometimes your face changes, right? And you cannot reverse that. It doesn't matter if you like it or you don't like it, that's it. But with injections, with fillers, if for whatever reason you don't like what you see, they could be dissolved. And this is not permanent, so in a few years you have to do your fillers again. So you have that flexibility, you have that option, and you're not going to look different. And I know that a lot of people are afraid that that Mel is going to change their face, and absolutely not. And the look we actually like, we like natural look. We just wanna restore the volume you perhaps missed, or help you with skin texture and some wrinkles, which, we all have, right?
I love that you shared that, Ada, because I can actually even attest to that when it comes to Melanie and where she has like a hard line in the sand. Because we have seen the horror stories out there, right, guys? It's all over social media where there's been too much fillers, there's been like the lips are just ridiculously too large for the face, and there's just a lot of horrendous things that people do under the med spa industry space, which I have seen in our med spa. I mean, you can't shake Melanie on her values. It's like if she feels that something that they're asking for, even though it's doable, technically speaking, she'll say no, because she, from her own fiduciary responsibility, I'm speaking on behalf of you, Mel, I know that you'll speak on this as well, but I've seen it from her fiduciary responsibility to the client. She just feels it's a bad move, because what it's doing is completely morphing the face to not be an enhancement treatment, but trying to change the person to look like something completely different. And that's not something at least our med spa stands for, although there are many others that, will freely do whatever the client wants. Can you comment on that a little bit, Mel? Because I know that you're adamant that you're okay with the person saying, well, I don't want to come here anymore, and you've been fine with it. Share a little bit about that around your belief system.
Yes, I do agree with that. I look at it from a safety point, but also my reputation, because if I do something to someone's face that I don't believe looks beautiful, and not that their point of what they want isn't beautiful, but it's to a point where it's now getting caricature, it's morphing their face, and it's not safe. Then they're going to go on the street, walk around and tell people, oh, my girl Mel did that. I don't want that. They're going to look at them and be like, oh, I don't think Mel's a good injector. She didn't tell you not to do that. Right. So there's that point, but then also a safety point of putting too much in the face, putting too much pressure on the arteries, stretching the skin to the point where it can't come back. It's not going to look good. It's not going to help you later on in life. And it can cause a lot of complications, short-term and long-term. So it's best to always listen to your injector, trust your injector, and everybody gets a little bit addicted to it. I mean, we all do, but just knowing when to stop is really key.
And if I can add something to it, whenever I mention, when I did my lips, Mel did my lips, I swear 99% people are shocked and they think that this is my actual natural lips. And I'm like, I wish, but they are not. So she did a beautiful job. And again, she talked to me. She asked me, well, what is that you are looking for? And I simply replied to her that I have thin lips, that I just want a little bit of volume, but I'm not looking for anything crazy. So yeah, lots of people truly think this is my natural lips. So I should say nothing, but you know, I'm being honest. And
now you've just told the world, Ada.
Exactly. So yeah,
I love it. And this is the thing, right, guys? Because I was always that person that's like, you know, oh my God, I don't want anyone making my face not look like me, right? And that's the big fallacy that exists in the industry today. If you're going to a clinic or you're working with a nurse that actually isn't doing the things that Mel just talked about, right? Their reputations, you know, should be on the line, right? Their work ethic, what product is going out on the market, what they stand for is something that you really do need to ask the right questions. And I feel that that's a big thing as well. Ask the right questions, right, Mel? A lot of people aren't doing that. Like they just, you know, they want what they want, but it may not be the right thing for you. And do trust what your expert is telling you, right? And of course, we are our own people. We're going to make the decisions that we want to make, but they're coming from an educated perspective. They're coming from an understanding of so many things that we don't think about. What we're looking at is, what do I want to look like? But how is it impacting my health? You know, will this affect me moving forward in my life? We don't know those answers. So this is why you come to the experts. So let's deep dive a little bit about, you know, what to expect at MedSpas. You know, what are all of the different types of enhancements that we can expect to get there? Because in the last decade, guys, what's available through technological advancements is incredible of what you can accomplish in a med spa that actually was never ever available, and you had to go to get it done more from a going under the knife perspective. Nowadays, there is so much that you can do where you don't need to have that as what you do. Let's talk a little bit, Mel and Ada, about various different treatments that you can expect at med spas.
I would say some of the treatments that we offer at our med spa that are very popular and different than other spas are, we have our signature packages. So we offer mini facelifts, which is shaping and giving symmetry to the face in a way where we're lifting and tightening. We offer neck lifts, skin firming treatments where we use Sculptra and Radiesse, which are biostimulators, and they're going to help stimulate the collagen and restore your natural skin texture without using any fake products. It's actually causing your body to stimulate what it's lost. These are great treatments for anybody, any age, to do to help prevent or restore areas of lax skin. You have your Botox, your fillers. We have PRP, which is an all-natural treatment that you can use to help with hair loss, pigmentation, fine lines. Like the list goes on. Everything that you need or could need, we have it at our spa.
So come to the GLAM Temple Med Spa. Big plug out there for the best med spa on the planet. Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, www.theglamtemplemedSpa.com. And I should mention, if you're not sure about the treatment that's right for you, or you just have a question because this conversation that you've come into has now intrigued your thought process as to, maybe there are things that I could think about doing that are very minimal because, you know, I have never really done it because of all the scary stories out there. You can do a free virtual video consult with our Melanie. You just hop onto the glamtemplemedSpa.com and you'll see free consult. Click on that, book yourself in, and she will take a look at your face and have a conversation with you. And for those of you guys, I want to put this out there as well. Another big plug for all of our new clients. We are giving a thank you gift of $100 gift certificate towards your first treatment. Guys, it's a no-brainer. And go check us out on Facebook and on Instagram, the Glam Temple Med Spa. Just search for that and you'll see all the fabulous before and after photos. You'll see all the education and the knowledge that Melanie and Ada put out there. We are always constantly in our DMs answering questions. If you're the kind of person that is a little scared to come hop on a call, then just DM us. Go to Instagram and DM us. Ada's always in there. Right, Ada?
Always.
So Ada, is there anything else you want to add to the kind of treatments that people could think about at the med spa? Because, you know, you've had a lot of clients that you've done consultations with as well. You come in and you have conversations, deep conversations with them. We're so ethical, guys, in terms of making sure that what a person actually is trying to accomplish is the treatment they're coming in for. And we don't just blindly give them a treatment because they think that's what they should be doing. We get to the core of what is it that you're looking to accomplish, and let's see what the best solution is around that. You've had those experiences, right, Ada?
100%. And I want to mention, I always promote what I have done. I'm always transparent. So whoever is asking me and telling me, oh, you always look young, I'm like, yes, I do, but I'm helping myself. I'm not going to be, you know, like dishonest. Yes, I do a lot of procedure, but I still maintain looking the same, as I'm not changing my face, but I'm just enhancing what, you know, my skin volume is not the same. It's normal, right? We are all aging. I also want to mention one more thing. Like recently we had celebrity at our spa, and that person came with some kind of expectation. Melanie was very professional, listening what that person is looking for. And then that was very funny to actually observe that whole conversation. And Mel was asking if she can suggest what she will do based on what she sees, based on that specific face. And that person trusted her completely. And she's our lovely client, and she loves Melanie, and she loves what she does. So what else I can add? Like, again, I think I'm walking billboard, what we can do at this spa. I've done it all, and I'm not going to stop just because I want to look younger. I feel young inside, and I want to maintain, you know, my outside look. I go to the gym, that's fine, but I also need a little help with my face. So you can ask me any question what I have done, and I'm always going to answer honestly. So thank you, Mel. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. And you know, it's really lovely that Ada is sharing this, because from my perspective, for me, I'm not looking at youth, because being that I'm South Asian, our skin is tighter.
Right.
And when you go to, you know, black-skinned ladies, their skin is tighter yet again. So I don't really worry too much about that. For any of you out there that say, well, you know, my skin is tight, my skin is youthful. It's not just about that. It's about some of the things that start happening to your face that take away what you used to look like. Right. So it's not just a youth thing. So for example, and I'm going to be fully transparent, I had a little bit of fillers put in here because I started to see hollowness. So the hollowness was gone and I wasn't looking like me. And for me, it was more fundamentally that I wanted to maintain what the structure of my face has always been, which age starts to make things change. So for me, it was, can I look like the Girn that was the Raj Girn 10 years ago in terms of the structure of my face, because it's not really a wrinkles situation with me. It's more, getting hollowness in my cheeks and things like that. And so if you're that person, or
And
if you're a ADA person, absolutely.
Can I say something? Can I
Yes,
say
yes,
something?
yes,
I'm
of course.
I'm not happy with 10 years. I want 15. I'm shaving 15. That's my goal.
Oh my God, I love it. So you heard it right here. Two very different women, two very successful women, two women from totally different ethnic backgrounds, two women that have different yet the same goals in wanting to be the best that they can be. And that's the mindset with which, we promote the services here at the GLAM Temple MedSpa. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add there, Melanie, in regards to clients that you've had that think that they need something, but then you've ended up with your knowledge and expertise being able to tell them that what they're trying to accomplish, they need to actually do this instead. Similar to what Ada just mentioned about one of our celebrity clients.
Yes, I've had a lot of clients come in where they think they want something, and it's because you look at your face and you see one area that you're focused on, but you're not looking at your face as a whole with a trained eye to know what needs to be balanced, what needs to be restored, and how to give symmetry to the face, because we're all born asymmetrical. So it's not just for aging faces that need it, it's everybody that needs it. And so it's important to make sure that when I'm doing the consultation, I'm looking at the face as a whole. I'm looking at the structures, the symmetry, the balancing between the nose and the lips and the chin and the cheeks. And a lot of clients then, once they see that perspective, they understand why I make the suggestions that I do. And then we go through mostly a different path to get to their ideal goal.
And yes, go ahead.
I want to mention one more thing, which I notice. 30% of our clientele is actually, there are clients who are coming and Mel has to fix someone else's bad injections. 30%. I've seen Mel over and over fixing someone's lips, cheeks. So that's why it's so important. Do your research and please choose injector who is experienced, an injector who has who is also, like I mentioned before, an artist. So that person can make a right decision for what you need to do.
Absolutely. I hear to all of that. And guys, I want to remind you at the top of this, when I, first started talking about the stats around some of this, I mentioned that, according to research out there, only 21% of women who come to med spas, according to this research, are 55 plus. Think about how many women are not coming to med spas, are not coming to look for enhancement solutions because of age. This may be the case with some other clients, but a lot of them are seeing the advantages of what technology has allowed for us to be able to accomplish non-invasively today. So I feel that there's a lot to be, thought from that perspective. Don't look at the celebrities out there and think that, because they have those results, that you can have those results, because oftentimes they've done a bit of both. Ladies, I want to ask you something else, because, that when you think about med spas and with all the stuff that's out there, you think it's only about enhancements or getting rid of wrinkles or changing the way you look. But there's also medical advantages to treatments at the med spa. Can we touch base on some of the more common ones?
Yeah, some of the medical treatments that we offer are grinding the teeth. So if you clench or grind your teeth, you ever go to the dentist and they tell you need a mouth guard, you can actually do a little bit of Botox in your masseter muscles to reduce that. We also offer for hyperhidrosis, which is excess sweating, hands, feet, underarms. Botox helps treats that as well. If you have migraines, tension headaches here in the back of the neck, over the eyes, Botox can reduce your migraines, any of the tension in the head. Also works in the shoulders. Sometimes people use it for the aesthetic slimming, but a lot of the tension and stress you carry during the day is in the shoulders. And so with Botox, it will help relieve that and relax all the muscles.
I love that. And Ada, you know, I was in just recently to get the NAD treatment done, which you were also asking me, you know, about that. There's so many benefits for people who are going through menopause, people who have lackluster energy. There's a slew of reasons why something like that would be a decision that you would make. And I really do attest by it, because it really does make me feel less sluggish and less heavy, you know, with my energy. It makes me feel less sweaty, and a lot of these other types of things that are, you know, ordinarily you need to have a slew of medications to be able to accomplish that. We know this in the traditional menopause space. Can we talk a little bit about the advantages of the NAD option and solution? Mel, can you talk a little bit about that to our ladies?
NAD is a great treatment that we offer as an infusion and IV injection. And what it does is it helps boost your mood, increase your energy levels, helps with your cognitive function, and ultimately reverse aging, because it's helping those damaged cells repair themselves and renew themselves. So now you have a whole holistic approach to how you can do one thing to help your body function better and revert aging.
Absolutely. And I wanted to also mention to you guys is that I don't want you to be scared to hop on and do a free consult with us here at the GLAM Temple MedSpa, because, you know, I get these messages from people who are like, well, you know, I don't really want to get on and have that conversation, because at the end of the day, it's completely confidential. Melanie will speak to you in confidence about your specific needs and requirements and what you're looking to accomplish. It's completely free. Doesn't mean that you're obligated in any manner to have to come and get your treatments done with us. You know, a part of what our philosophy here at the GLAM Temple MedSpa is obviously, you know, providing diverse ethical treatments, but also to provide knowledge and education and make sure that you make the right decisions. And that's important to us, whether you come to us or whether you go elsewhere. So don't be afraid, hop on, book that free consult, completely free, and ask her the questions, show her your face. It's important that you do, because at the end of the day, your well-being is attached to your confidence. It's attached to how you think about who you are. It's a part of your identity. It's a part of how you face the world and how the world, you know, faces you. And we have enough things going on in this world to counteract our confidence and to create anxiety and all of the things that, you know, stop us from feeling good about ourselves. This should not be one of them. There are ways in which, many, many ways in which today you can enhance how you feel and look. And, you know, we would love to have the opportunity to be a part of that journey with you. Is there anything that you guys would like to add regarding that? Because we talk about this behind the scenes all the time, how we always want to make sure that the people that come to us, men included, we have so many men clients as well, again, are very afraid to talk about this. Is there anything that you ladies would like to add regarding this fear that people have to have the conversation with the people that they should be having the conversation with, which are experts?
I think you cover all, but I just want to remind everybody that I'm also available. DM me. I will definitely answer any questions I can. And if there are more deeper questions, I will obviously ask Melanie to take over. So just don't be afraid. Just DM us.
Absolutely. And, you know, the other thing I wanted to mention is actually understand what's possible. Like, go to our website. Going to say it again, theglamtemplemedSpa.com. Take a look at the regular services and the signature packages and services and treatments that we have. We have a slew of before and after photos, so you can actually see what's possible. You can see the parameters of what's possible. I feel that's also really important. Don't forget that we also share the before and afters and a lot of knowledge on what a lot of these treatments and solutions and enhancements are. on our Instagram page and on our Facebook page. You just got to search the GLAM Temple Med Spa. The other thing that I also wanted to mention to everyone is, and I feel that this is really important, if you're not a proponent for med spa services, but you know, your friend, your sister, someone at work is talking about this to you, why don't you join our affiliate program? Because for anyone that you refer to us that decides to have a treatment, we give you $50 in exchange so that you can use this towards any treatments in the future. And we have found at our clinic, people have, you know, automatically had enough dollars to be able to get free treatments, which I think is a great perk. So listen out amongst your friends, amongst your family, send people our way. It could just be as simple as hopping into your inbox and send us an email at bookings@theglamtemplemedspa.com. You could even DM us and let us know. We just need to know who you're referring and how to contact them, so we know that you are the person that we will be giving that $50 to. So I just wanted to put that out there to all of you guys, because we all have friends, we all have people in our lives that this could potentially be something that would work for them. Ada, Mel, I want to address a big elephant in the room next. And this is for everyone that's watching, listening, and reading this. It's very important that you put down whatever you're doing. And let's just really talk about something that's very important. And that's the bias around pop culture references of med spa treatments. Celebrities and influencers have popularized med spa treatments, especially over the past decade. We all see this, where the results of their treatments range really drastically. I talked a little bit about Kylie Jenner further up in the conversation, but I also want to talk about the other spectrum. There's people like, you know, there's so many examples, but if you look at Cheryl Hines, for example, completely caricatured the way she looked and didn't use it from an enhancement perspective. I want to ask a little bit about this, you know, to both you, Mel, and to you, Ada, because we see this all the time. And this tends to be the big reason why people don't want to, you know, go to med spas, is they think they're going to look like Cheryl Hines, and people that really kind of go haywire with their psychology around what they think they look like. Can we address this a little bit? I want to throw it out to both of you.
Yeah, I think it comes down to, again, the consultation and making sure that you're on the same page, me with my client, the client with their injector. You have to align with what treatments you want to do and where you want to go, so that you're not going to come out of it looking funny. It's important to be realistic with your expectations, be safe, and do something that complements your skin, that helps create balance, symmetry, and give you the confidence that you need.
Can you add to that, Ada? Is it possible to add to that answer?
If I can make a quick comment, I think also takes a lot to make you look different. One little injection, a little bit of filler or Botox won't make you look different. So it takes a lot. So I don't want anybody to be scared and do little injections. It's really not that scary. And again, you are in good hands coming to us. I would never, ever allow anyone leaving our clinic looking unhappy because we did something which we don't believe, or we are against someone else's, what they looking for, like someone else's wishes. So this is not our philosophy. That's why we are an amazing team, because we have the same believing system. We want you to feel good, and we want you to be confident. So welcome.
Absolutely. Oh my God, I love that. Go ahead, Mel. You were going to say something?
I agree with Ada on that, because a lot of people think one syringe is a lot, but it's really the size of a blueberry. It's like this small. It's so tiny that with one syringe, I can't possibly change your whole face to something that you would be unrecognizable. So it's really not as scary as it maybe seems.
Absolutely. So just know that, guys, that these people that you're seeing that look like caricatures, they've had so much done to them to get to that point. So I want to address one more thing quickly, because I know that we're getting very, very close to the end of our show. What about people, and this, because I get asked this a lot, that say, I don't want to inject chemicals in my body. What would you say to them?
I'd say it's already in your body because hyaluronic acid is already in your body. It's already there. And
What a great answer.
referring to Botox, I mean, yes, that is a toxin. It's so minute, and it also is locally. It's where you put it. It's not systemically in the body. That I would say the endocrine disruptors in your perfume, the alcohol it's affecting your liver, and the fast food you're eating essentially has way more chemicals than what we have to offer in our med spa.
And here's the other thing, guys. There are a lot of solutions where you're actually using your own plasma. You're using things that are more natural based. Can we mention a little bit of that, please, ladies? Because that's the other part of it that I feel that people need to understand, that you can do things more on a natural perspective. You just need to know what they are. Maybe we want to talk a little bit about that before we close off.
Yes, PRP is a great natural treatment. It's using your own body's blood and plasma to stimulate collagen, tighten, restore pigmentation, fine lines. And you can actually turn it into like a PRF treatment, which is a little bit different than PRP, still using the same components of your blood, make it a thicker substance and use it like a filler. If you don't want that hyaluronic acid derma filler, even though it's natural, you can use the PRF, which is more natural, more clean way of giving volume to your skin as well.
I love that. My darling ladies, now that we are at the end of the show, I wanted to ask you, is there anything that, I haven't asked you, that I haven't addressed, that you feel that everybody should know as we close off? Your final statement, your final thoughts around the subject matter that we've just been talking about. Ada, you go first.
The only thing I want to add that I'm going to be always very transparent. You can ask me what I have done before you compliment how young I look, how good I look, because it's probably my genes. No, it's not. It's Melanie.
She gives me too much credit.
She's a stunning woman. We all know this, okay?
I know. You were stunning before I met you, Ada.
No, but thank you for everything you do. It's really, I appreciate. I have to be honest with everyone. I don't like the aging process. I'm not going to be this strong. It's okay, I'm aging. No, that's not me. I feel very young inside. And if I can maintain outside as much as I can, that makes me really happy. So why not?
I love that. I love that you said it, babe. Like you went there. You went there. A lot of us feel this way and we don't have the courage to say it. I'm so happy that you shared that. And a big part of our mental well-being is how we feel about ourselves. So don't put yourself through, unnecessary heartache and trauma and anxiety and anguish and mental challenges if it is related to what you look like. Because there are many, many solutions today that are non-invasive that we offer at our med spa, that you'll have people offering at their med spas around North America and the world, that you really should educate yourself on and make sure that you go to ask the right questions, because you'll know the difference between a med spa that's in it to make sure you're winning, or if they're in it for only their bottom line. That really is very, very important. Mel, any final words from your perspective?
I would just say, if you don't know where to start, just come say hi. Book a consultation, come see us, come see our beautiful clinic, and we'll help you with that journey.
Oh, I love it. And guys, honestly, again, I'm just going to say it. www.theglamtemplemedSpa.com. Go, see a little bit about who Ada is, who Melanie is. You already know who I am, but there's a little bit there about me. And then we also have our other partner, Harjinder, and just the extensive world that he comes from as well with his medical side of things. And check out, the treatments and the solutions and the enhancements and the before and after photos. Look at the specials. We always have monthly specials that are going on. Take advantage of these. They change every single month. Join our newsletter. We have a free monthly newsletter, which really just tells you everything you need to know. We use it as our educational resource to make sure that you're making the right decisions for yourselves. Like, if you have a question, just send us an email, bookings@theglamtemplemedspa.com. That doesn't mean you have to book anything with us. You can simply just send us an email. It just happens to be the name of our email. And if you're ready, and everything just makes sense to you, or if you're someone that is a proponent to med spas and you love what you heard here and you want to just transfer over to us, hop online to our website and just book yourself in. You can book any treatment that we have right there, and we look forward to seeing you. We truly, really, really do, because our goal and mission here is to make sure that you win. It truly, truly is. Thank you so much, my darling, darling women, for agreeing to come on and really kind of demystifying a lot of what people, are afraid of, and just making sure that people understand that, not all med spas are made the same. Not all value systems in, the human condition in society is the same. Do your research, and we would love to see you. Thank you so much, my darlings, for coming on and sharing your words of wisdom. I adore you both.
Thank you, Raj.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And folks, I'll see you next time on the ANOKHI Uncensored podcast. Stay connected with us everywhere at ANOKHI Lifestyle. And don't forget to sign up for our weekly newsletter at anokhilife.com for exclusive giveaways and things we are doing to continue elevating the South Asian community